So set to go green flag racing this time by top four hobby stocks to the big show. Everyone else going to a B, maybe even a C here tonight. Armstrong goes to the top of 1 and 2. How about the wiry veteran, the 6-star Roy Armstrong, going to jump out to the early advantage. Jared Jackson up into the second spot. Here comes Tyler Jackson to the inside. 3 wide for second. Here comes Carter to the inside. David Carter started 6th, and in 1 lap he is up to second. And a little bit of romping. Oh, look out, tire hopping the 92 a Hall getting together with Jackson. The left front quarter panel ripped to shreds on the 98. Armstrong, your leader, Carter second, Hall in third, then the 18 of LaPointe back in fourth. He is in your 4th and final transfer spot. Tyler Jackson of the 13T outside looking in right now. I believe the 98 of Jared Jackson being called to the infield because of all the... Oh, we got a hard collision in turn 4. And somehow he's able to back it up and try to keep going, but boy, that was a hard hit at the exit of turn 4. That is Kyle Castile, the 18K machine, and somehow he's going to try to keep it going. But the caution is out. You see the race officials down there taking a look at the 98 of Jared Jackson. Boy, he and Don Hall Jr. got together there. And the left front quarter panel completely ripped apart on that 98 machine. He's definitely going to need the hook.
How is Kyle Castile still going?
Man, that was a hard hit. Yeah. I thought he moved the wall. That car's definitely thinner than it was before.
Eagle Raceway now a little wider on the exit of turn 4.
I say, Roy Armstrong going to once again lead her into 3. David Carter about 3 car lengths back. Don Hall Jr., I kept saying it was Kasha Hall. I think that's Don Hall Jr. back in that 3rd spot on the move. He started inside row 4 into a transfer spot. He'll go to the top side of 1 and 2. Meanwhile, here comes Tyler Jackson to the outside. That's the race for the final transfer between he and LaPointe, and he gets into the outside guardrail. Close contact between a number of drivers in that outside guardrail here so far tonight. Meanwhile, here comes Hall to the outside of Carter. Good battle for second. Door to door going into 3. Roy Armstrong running that top line beautifully in 3 and 4. Still about a 4-car length advantage as we've got 2 to go. David Carter has held off Don Hall Jr. for the moment. The 2C back in second. Hall works the bottom line, almost went off-roading on the infield. LaPointe has started to pull away as well from Tyler Jackson as the white flag is out one more time around. Your Wild Things have definitely not disappointed here in Heat 1 as Armstrong jumped the top a little bit. Here comes Carter. Final lap, race fans. Here we go into 3 and 4 for the final time. Here comes David Carter on the inside of Roy Armstrong. Your race for the lead at the line. And I believe Armstrong's going to hold him off. 16 1/1000ths of a second. Roy Armstrong will get the win. David Carter's second. It'll be Hall in 3rd, LaPointe, your final transfer. Tyler Jackson with contact in turn 4, right rear flat, and I believe he's going to have to go to a B.
Row number 3 to the inside, the 94 of Mike Hansen. On his outside, the 69S, Brandon Stiggy. Row number 4 to the inside, the 2K, Kyle Champ. On his outside, the 55J, Jeff Dodd. Row number 5 to the inside, the 6 of Dan Markham. Green flag is out, 10 laps, top 4. Pella's going to pull away with Jeff Watts in second. Brandon Stiggy and Mike Hansen, that's the top 4. They've broken away. That's the 4 cars that'll be transferring on. Stiggy looking to the inside of Watts. Jeff Watts. Oh, exit of turn 4, 3 wide, but you got a new race leader. Brendan Stiggy making it stick on the low side. Pella still working that outside. Pella goes around right in front of Watson Hanson. 3 cars get together. They wash to the inside. We're still green. We're still green. No, caution is out. Your race leader, 6 laps left to go. Cone is out. Green flag is out. Kyle Champ, Justin Meyer, and the 55 of Jeff Dodd, 55J of Jeff Dodd. That's your top 4. 5 laps left to go for Stiggy and Champ. They're going at it. Champ's going to look to the inside, can't make it stick. Out of turn 4, 4 laps left to go for the 69S of Brendan Stiggy. Oh, there is definitely something leaking out of that 55J of Jeff Dodd. Looks like it might be fuel. That is an expensive issue. Watch him coming out of turn number 2. If he has any fuel left in the tank, it'll come spewing out. And there it goes. Only a little bit left. 2 laps left to go for Brendan Stiggy. Kyle Champ, Mike Hansen back up into that 3rd spot. Jeff Dodd, 4th and final transfer spot. White flag is out, final time, the 13 M of Justin Meyer. Giving a run at that 4th and final transfer spot. Brendan Stiggy's gonna get the win. Kyle Champ comes home in 2nd. Mike Hansen in 3rd. And your 4th and final transfer will be a 55J. Jeff Dodd, your 4th and final transfer. Heat race number 2 is in the books.
Ryan Gillen outside row 1. He's currently 1 spot out of the top 20 of the nation right now. So 2 really fast cars. This is a good group here. Nick Jensen, Gillen, and the 46 on the front row. Let's get top 4 cars moving on to the big show here tonight in We Are Racing. Already some contact before the flag stand. Gillen with a good start to this one. He's going to jump out to the early advantage. Here comes Brad Schreiner with a really good start. Dylan Richards already up into a top transfer spot. Sitting back in that 3rd position. And then it's the 22J, Nick Jensen, holding on to the 4th and final transfer. Chris Stransky outside looking into that 39 machine. Wasserman side by side with Kinsey as well. Meanwhile, good battle for 2nd shaping up. Here comes Dylan Richards. High, wide, and handsome on the outside. But it's going to be the 10 of Schreiner pulling away. 2 by 2 at the flag stand for that 4th and final transfer. Now Stransky into the final transfer. Here goes Kinsey to the outside. Contact between Kinsey, look out, Wasserman into the inside tire. Heavy contact for Jeremy Kinsey. The caution will not fly. We stay clean and green. Kinsey in the infield. Gillen continuing to lead. Top break for Jeremy Kinsey, bidding for a transfer spot, but heavy contact. He'll limp it into the infield. Gillen, Schreiner, Richards, and Stransky, your top 4 cars. Meanwhile, Wasserman looks to the inside of Kenny Roberts. Dylan Richards works back to the outside of Schreiner in 3 and 4. Richards running a little bit higher in 3 and 4 than we've seen most other drivers, as we've got caution coming out in turn number 1 for some debris. Looks like either a front bumper or a rear bumper. Boy, actually, for how hard Jeremy Kinsey hit that bottom tire by the pole, does not have as bad a damage as I thought he would, as he is actually going to pull out on the speedway, try and gain a position or two. We go green flag racing. Kinsey, I believe, will be down a lap or two, as Gillen will have the lead once again, run at the middle line off of 2. Here goes Richards to the outside. 3 wide for the final transfer. Here goes Wasserman and Roberts. They'll split Stransky. 3 wide for the lead, Eagle Raceway. Gillen with the advantage by a nose. Richards up top, Schreiner down low. Still 3 wide as they go off of 2. Richards trying to go from third to the lead. Gillen to the middle. Schreiner, Catfish in the bottom side. Wasserman, your final transfer now, and Dylan Richards leads with 2 to go. Dylan Richards, Ryan Gillen, Brad Schreiner, Adam Wasserman. The 41 started inside row 3 up into a transfer. Robert Stransky, Kinsey, and the 22J Nick Jensen. White flag is out one more time around for Dylan Richards. Wasserman starting to catch Schreiner as well. Good battle starting to shape up into the final 2 corners for that 3rd spot. But off of 4, it'll be Dylan Richards, your winner. Ryan Gillen 2nd, Brad Schreiner 3rd, Adam Wasserman, your top 4 cars going to the A feature. So picking up the heat race wins as he comes off at turn number 4, the 24-hour, Dylan Richards.
Man, what a night of racing so far. A Valentino's Pizza. What do you think, Anthony? Sound good? Anthony approves. He approves. Row number 1 to the inside, the ZOOM. That's going to be Cody Muth. On his outside, the 4K, Kirsten Bruce. Row number 2 to the inside, the 17, Tanner Dowdy. On his outside, the B4, Ben Beecher. Row number 3 to the inside, the 26L, Britt Lemke. On his outside, the 11, Clayton Peters. Row number 4 to the inside, the 17T, Troy Dowdy, and the 30K. Hey, love seeing this guy back at the racetrack, the 30K, Cole Creco. 4 wide. Hello. Good night. Brett Lemke making his move to the front. Cody Muth in 2nd. Tanner Dowdy. Oh no. Dowdy gets a little bit high. Kurt, can you stop the music? Britt Lemke. Britt Lemke, Troy Dowdy, and Cole Creco. Those 2 guys have come from the back. Creco now makes a move to the inside. Side by side, turns 3 and 4. You can't get much closer than that and not make contact. Great racing by these 2 boys. Oh, now they make contact. Maybe. Cole Creco, Troy Dowdy. 3 laps left to go, this time by for the 26L of Britt Lemke. Britt Lemke is gone. Battle for 2nd, Dowdy and Creco. Ben Beecher, your 4th and final transfer. Oh man, the wind just shifted and now I got a big whiff of that outdoor grill. Great. Subway before the races, a walking taco at the races. I think I could eat more. Final lap for Britt Lemke, Troy Dowdy, Cole Creco, and Ben Beecher. That's your top 4. Battle is for 5th. Clayton Peters and Tanner Dowdy out of turn 4, picking up the win. It's going to be the 26L of Britt Lemke. Oh, trouble for Creco. He is off the pace, but he still crosses the line in 3rd. Might have been off the pace. Might have just been taking it easy.
Roll 4 to the inside. The 39 is Krista Stransky. To the outside, the 17, Tanner Dowdy.
Row number 5 to the inside, the 13T. That's going to be Tyler Jackson on his outside. The 22J, Nick Jensen.
Row 6, Neil Pella on the 3M. The 88K, Jeremy Kinsey.
Remember, top 4 moving on. 10 laps to settle it. Here we go.
And away they go through 1 and 2, nice and easy. How about Clayton Peters going out of line, working the extreme high line of the speedway, side by side. Off of turn number 4, the race for the lead. Lap number 1 goes to Kenny Roberts.
Clayton Peters will have that second spot. Krista Stransky will come across in third, but she's fallen back in turns 1 and 2. Now she gets a good run on the exit of turn number 2. Battling for that third spot once again with the 13M of Justin Meyer. Meyer to the outside, a little bit of smoke, car around, exit at turn 4.
Tanner Dowdy getting together with Nick Jensen. Jensen stuck. I don't think he's going to drive out of that one. A little bit of slime down there.
Put her in 4-wheel.
Unfortunately, not an option.
Oh.
Gorgeous push truck will get him.
Eight laps to settle it. Look at him over. Caden Murray looks at him, We're go green.
Now Kenny Roberts going to go to the top line of 1 and 2. He'll block the progression from Clayton Peters. Meanwhile, Jeremy Kinsey with a great restart will get around Justin Meyer. Krista Stransky with problems now on your leader, Roberts.
Yeah, he's got issues. He's signaling in that car. Something's wrong. Now he's got it up and going again. What if it just slipped out of gear? Or he could have dropped something because the debris comes out, a caution debris comes out for turn 3.
Those darn Frenchmen keep coming out with that Jacques Debray.
Keep those Frenchies out of our track. Oh, I shouldn't say that. 7 laps to go. We love our French friends. I was kidding about Jacques Debray. Clayton Peters takes over the race lead. Jeremy Kinsey up to the second spot. Tyler Jackson up to third. Kinsey and Jackson, both C feature transfers. Krista Stransky's your final transfer to the A.
Here comes Justin Meyer trying to catch the back bumper of Stransky. Meanwhile, don't count out Neil Pella in that 3 machine. He started 11th, and he is making a charge to the front, but does he have enough time? We're going to be down to 4 to go once Clayton Peters hits the flag stand.
1 car off the pace. Pulls into the race, into the infield. Their night is done. Tanner Dowdy. The 7 machine, 7T is the one that pulled off the racetrack, and their night is done. 3 laps left to go for Clayton Peters, Jeremy Kinsey, Tyler Jackson, Krista Stransky, Neil Pella all over the back bumper of the 39. He wants that final transfer.
Yeah, Neil Pella is really starting to find something here in the latter portions of this one. He'll dive to the inside of Stransky. Your race for the final transfer, but Stransky will shut the door. 2 to go as Peters now having to deal with some lap traffic.
That's Kasha Hall staying to the low side, keeping her line. Oh, up into a little bit of a bump goes the 11. White flag is out. I think that's Nick Beckman going for a little bit of a ride on the back stretch. White flag, final time for the 11 of Clayton Peters. Stransky a little loose on the exit of turn number 2. She's got a big advantage. Out of turn 4, picking up the B feature win, the 11 of Clayton Peters.
Kinsey second, Jackson third. Stransky will hold on for the final transfer. Everyone else's night is done.
Engine builder.
I'm going to buy him a beer at the end of the night.
He might need to join in on the restart group.
18 laps to settle it. Armstrong and Gilliland, man, this is going to be another great race. Here we go, 18 laps. Roy Armstrong comes to the green flag. Ryan Gillen follows him in the tire tracks on the high side. Brad Schreiner goes low. Mike Hansen through the middle groove. That's your top 4 down the back stretch.
Top 3 cars all going to the high line of the speedway. Roy Armstrong, your leader. Ryan Gillen in second. Schreiner in third. Here comes Brent Lemke to the inside of Hansen. Look at Carter make a charge.
Roy Armstrong, Ryan Gillen, Brad Schreiner, Brett Lemke up to the 4th spot. Dave Carter in 5th. Carter's got pressure to the outside. Hansen wants that spot back.
Top 2 cars have pulled away. It's Armstrong, Gillen, Schreiner, Lemke, Carter. Here comes Dylan Richards, hot off of a win last night at the Crawford County Speedway. Catfish in the bottom side off of 4.
Last week's feature winner up to the 6th spot, looking for more. It's a 3-wide battle. Dave Carter bounces up the racetrack. Caution is out. Debris in turn 4 in the middle of the racetrack. You could barely see it.
So set to go back to green flag racing this time by. Here comes Roy Armstrong. Ryan Gillen hot on his heels. Great restart there for that 46 machine. Both cars will go to the top line. Gillen peeks his nose underneath the 6R machine as they go down the backstretch. Meanwhile, Lemke with pressure from behind by the 2C of Carter.
Brad Schreiner holding on in 3rd. Armstrong, good set of corners, pulls away by a 2-car length advantage over Ryan Gillen. Brad Schreiner, like I said, in 3rd, battles for 4th. Dave Carter's got it. Lemke wanted it. Lemke a little slow on the exit of turn number 2. He's going to give up the spot to Dylan Richards.
Boy, there's about 4 or 5 cars right there. You could throw a blanket over him right now. Schreiner is going to have some serious heat coming from Carter, Richards, and now Lemke almost 3 wide for Ford coming off of 2. Stiggy making his way to the front as well in the 69.
The 55 of Jeff Dodd off the racetrack. His night is done. 12 laps left to go for Roy Armstrong, Ryan Gillen. The battle is a 4-car battle. Dylan Richards all over the back bumper at Brad Schreiner for 3rd.
Don Hall Jr. going around in turn 4. He'll keep it lit. We stay clean and green. Look at Stiggy. He'll throw it in deep contact with last week's winner, Richards. They'll keep it clean and green.
How is that tire still up? Hard impact from Stiggy. Must not have made too much contact with the tire, but it looked like he hit it square in the wheel. But Richards up to the 4th spot, all over the back bumper of Brad Schreiner. Now Richards makes his move, dives to the inside, down the backstretch. You got another drag race.
Here goes Richards to the inside of Schreiner, still 9 to go. Meanwhile, Roy Armstrong going to put Krista Stransky down a lap, so a lap car between he and Ryan Gillen. Armstrong has really started to extend that advantage. Gillen trying to hold off Richards. Meanwhile, Stiggy now looks to the inside of Schreiner.
Richards hard into the high side of turn 3, dives down to the inside of turn 4. Roy Armstrong just scraped it off the wall. And Richards gets the 2nd spot away from Ryan Gillen.
Almost 3 wide back there for 5th, coming off of 2. David Carter with a big push to the back bumper of Schreiner. Here comes Hansen and Stiggy. Look at the battle coming off of 4 there with a lap car right between them as well. 3 cars battling it out for 4th.
Roy Armstrong, little slow, Richards closes big time. Last time by 18-3 for Armstrong, 17-7 for Richards. Richards is there. You got a battle for the race lead.
Dylan Richards running for the national championship this year. He wants it. Currently sitting outside the top 10 right now in the nation, but he's going to put pressure on Roy Armstrong as they go into 3 and 4. So we got one stalled. Clayton Peters stuck in the mud in turn number 4.
Just as we were starting to get to a great battle between Richards and Armstrong. By the way, last time by, full green flag lap. We also got a car around in the exit of turn 2, or the middle of turn 2. Roy Armstrong ran a 19:04.1. How about that silver bowl at the 10 of Brad Schreiner? Dirty Dog Dave Carter sitting in 5th. 6 laps to settle it. Ryan, here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Oh, boy.
Set, go.
Roy Armstrong. Richards dives to the inside. Can he get the run off the corner?
Side by side for the lead. Here we go. Everyone working the top side of the speedway right now. How about 3 wide back there outside the top 5? But up front, it's follow the leader on the top side.
Roy Armstrong working that high side. So is Richards. Richards just, they're building up that momentum, and Richards is waiting to make his move. This might be it. Oh, gets through a little bit of bumps. Not able to get the car to stick to the bottom.
Ryan Gillen pushed up the speedway there just a little bit coming off the corner. That opened up the door for Schreiner. Meanwhile, Hansen, Limke, and Wasserman, they've been battling for a while there as your top 2 going at it. Oh, contact as they come off of 4.
Richards gives Armstrong a shot. Drag race down the front stretch. Armstrong still got it. They tap sides. Richards up the racetrack. He'll try to shut the door on Armstrong. Armstrong crosses back over. Drag race down the backstretch.
What a crossover by Roy Armstrong to the inside again. Oh, he hooked the rut. Here comes Richards. He'll have the spot by 2 car lengths going into 1.
You got a new race leader at Eagle Raceway. Dylan Richards trying to make it 2 weeks in a row.
Dylan Richards works the top line, almost getting into the outside guardrail. He is running higher than anyone else right now as Armstrong, sparks it off the front stretch wall one more time. White flag is out one more time around as, never mind. We got one going around in turn 4.
The 94 of Mike Hansen.
Green, white, checkered.
Mike Hansen holds the record for being James Rowland's favorite post-race interview.
Yeah.
Okay.
I approve.
I don't know if it'll actually work.
Yeah, we'll see.
It'd be effective for me if I own that.
I know you want to watch the rest of this Hobby Stock feature, but we got to get somebody out of the parking lot. Oh, up the racetrack again goes Armstrong. He's been kissing that outside retaining wall. In turn, down the front stretch. Richards, good start. Can Armstrong get back by Richards? He's going to dive to the inside. He'll get a good run. White flag is out, final time.
Dylan Richards, nice and easy through 1 and 2. He's just got to keep her straight. Roy Armstrong, one more crack at it as they go into 3 and 4. Beautiful corner there, and your winner's going to be back-to-back Dylan Richards, Roy Armstrong, Brad Schreiner, David Carter, Brendan Stiggy, your top 5.
How about that? Talented young man. Gets himself a quality car, pulls it along the front stretch, 2 weeks in a row. Let him hear it, the 24R, Dylan Richards.